Be sure to let me know who you are rooting for in the World Cup, but we are going to get right into the main topic of this video, and that is giving you my reasoning and explaining why I think Wall Street is wrong, dead wrong about ELF stock. And there's really no way to sugarcoat it. ELF is absolutely crashing here in 2026 and way off of their 52-week high, which was almost triple of where the stock is right now. But like always, let's go ahead and have a look at ELF's most recent 10Q, and that'll give us a little glimpse of what exactly is going on with the stock. And it's just going to be a brief overview here. We are just going to hit the highlights on this 10Q, and right out of the gate, you can see that revenue was up 40% compared to this time last year. But let's continue down this 10Q, and right away you can see that operating income almost doubled, up 93%. And as we make our way down to the bottom line, net income actually over doubled, up over 128% in this most recent quarter. So I know what you're already thinking. Everything looks amazing for ELF, so what exactly is happening with the stock right now? Well, there are certainly several factors at play right now, but I don't want to get into the weeds in this video. That might be a topic for another video. In today's video, I want to give you my projections for ELF stock through 2030. So over the next 4 years, what are my projections and expectations for ELF? And I will go ahead and let you know right out of the gate that I am being incredibly conservative with ELF's numbers here in all of my projections. Because we just saw that ELF grew their top line, that revenue line grew 40% in this most recent quarter. Now, analysts have revenue drastically decreasing for ELF stock this year and then growing again starting next year. So I'm going to go a little bit in the midpoint of all of these numbers, and I'm saying that revenue is going to grow 17.5% on average through 2030. Now, as for net income, again, incredibly conservative on my part. I'm going with just a measly 10% increase per year for the next 4 years. And if you're curious as to what exactly does that mean for an exact number through 2030, I have ELF at 3.1 billion at the end of the year in 2030, and for that net income, that would give them 261 million on the bottom line, again at the end of 2030. And if you're a subscriber here on the channel, you know that I love PE ratio. So of course, I'm going to give you my PE ratio analysis here as well. Now for ELF, I found when I ran the numbers that they have a fair PE ratio, in my opinion, of about 30. So my bear case for ELF would have them at a 20 PE ratio, which means that by the end of 2030, I would expect ELF to be at $88 per share. In my bullish scenario, I would give ELF a 40 PE ratio, which would mean that by the end of 2030, I could expect ELF to be at $176 per share. I know that ELF has been struggling here in 2026, but keep in mind that their 52-week high is $150. So being over $170 per share by the end of 2030, I don't think is impossible or any kind of stretch of the imagination for a stock like ELF, which has been, to be fair, an incredibly volatile stock. Sometimes it gives me memories of when I used to own Tesla stock. But when ELF does go on a run, it can double, triple out of the blue. I mean, it is just that type of stock. If you are going to own a stock like ELF, you just have to be mentally prepared for the roller coaster ride, because that's what you need to expect. And finally, to close out the video, when you consider the compound annual growth rate that you would expect, given these numbers, again, this is just based off of my research and my opinions, but in my bear case, this would give ELF stock a 12% CAGR through 2030. Keep in mind, you can expect about 8 to 10% from the S&P 500 in any given year. So already in my bear case, with incredibly conservative numbers, I'm already expecting to beat the S&P 500. Now, what's really exciting is my bullish case, which has a compound annual growth rate for ELF, again, through the next 4 years at a 33% per year growth rate. That is incredibly exciting for me as an investor. And again, like I mentioned, I know that ELF is going to come with a lot of ups and downs, but ultimately, over the long run, I think that Wall Street is going to wake up, have a look at these numbers over time, and realize, hey, we were absolutely wrong about ELF in the middle of 2026. Because as for what I am doing with ELF in my personal portfolio, anything under $70 a share is a heavy buy. I am looking to load up on ELF shares through the rest of the year so long as ELF stays under $70 a share. Anything under $100 and I'm still happily buying ELF shares because again, just based off of my projections and based off of the numbers that I have run, I'm expecting ELF to be over $170 in the next 3 to 4 years. But remember, never make decisions based off of what some guy on the internet says, but I would love to get your opinion on ELF stock down below. And don't forget to let me know if you're as excited for the World Cup as I am, who are you rooting for, or who do you think is going to win the 2026 World Cup? I am so happy to be back in a rhythm with my personal life so that I can make these videos for you. So if you have made it this far, be sure to give me a like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future videos. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.